His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Grantaraj Bhagavatam ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Gaura Premanande Hari Hari. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya Ram Chaivam Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Purjayat Mudiraye Nashtaprayestu avadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistuke Janubhavam Akilam Sutisaramekam Adhyatma Deepam Atitir Satam Tamundam Samsarin Karunaya Purana Guyam Tam Vyasa Sonam Upayami Guru Muninam. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinamritamastu Mam Vidvishabhai. May we learn together, may we like that. Santi, Santi. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, the creation of the fourth order. Chapter 29, the talks between Narada and King Prachinabarhi. Text number 71. Suktimurchopatapesu Pranayana Vighatatah Nihati Hamiti Jnanam Mrityu Prajwarayor Api Suktimurchopatapesu Pranayana Vighatatah Nehati hamiti jnanam Mrityu prajwarayorapi Suptimurchopatapesu Pranayana vighatatah Nihati hamiti jnanam Mrityu prajwarayorapi Suptimurchopatapesu
Pranayana vighatatah Neyate amiti jnanam Mrityu prajwarayorapi
Mrityu prajwarayorapi Suptimurchopatapesu Pranayana vighatatah Nihati hamiti jnanam Mrityu prajwarayorapi Suptimurchopatapesu Pranayana vighayatah Nihati hamiti jnanam Mrityu prajwarayorapi Sukti in deep sleep Murcha fainting Upatapesu or in a great shock Pranayana ayana of the movement of the life air Vighanat tataha from prevention Na not Ihate thinks of Aham I Iti thus Jnanam knowledge Mrityu while dying Prajwarayoho or during high fever Api also. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. When the living entity is in deep sleep, when he faints, when there is some great shock on account of severe loss at the time of death, or when the body temperature is very high, the movement of the life air is arrested. At the time, the living entity loses knowledge of identifying the body with the self. Please repeat. When the living entity is in deep sleep, when he faints, when there is some great shock on account of severe loss, at the moment of death, or when the body temperature is very high, the movement of the life air is arrested. At that time, the living entity loses knowledge of identifying the body with the self. Purport. Foolish people deny the existence of the soul, but it is a fact that when we sleep, we forget the identity of the material body. And when we awake, we forget the identity of the subtle body. In other words, while sleeping, we forget the activities of the gross body, and when active in the gross body, we forget the activities of sleeping. Actually, both states, sleeping and waking, are creations of the illusory energy. The living entity actually has no connection with either the activities of sleep or the activities of the so-called awakened state. When a person is in deep sleep or when he has fainted, he forgets his gross body. Similarly, under chloroform or some other anesthetic, the living entity forgets his gross body and does not feel pain or pleasure during a surgical operation. Similarly, when a man is suddenly shocked by some great loss, he forgets his identification with the gross body. At the time of death, when the temperature of the body rises to 107 degrees, the living entity falls into a coma and is unable to identify his gross body. In such cases, the life air that moves within the body is choked up, and the living entity forgets his identification with the gross body. Because of our ignorance of the spiritual body, of which we have no experience, we do not know of the activities of the spiritual body. And in ignorance, we jump from one false platform to another. We act sometimes in relation to the gross body and sometimes in relation to the subtle body. If by Krishna's grace we act in our spiritual body, we can transcend both the gross and subtle bodies. In other words, we can gradually train ourselves to act in terms of this spiritual body. As stated in the Narada Pancharatra, Rishikena Rishikesa Sevanam Bhakti Uchyati. Devotional service means engaging the spiritual body and spiritual senses in the service of the Lord. When we are engaged in such activities, the actions and reactions of the gross and subtle bodies cease. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapita Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapada Kamalam Sri Guru Vaisnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadotam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhan Vitam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinavando Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastuti Tapta Kancana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरो वक्षकृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। गं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलं गायति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारिणम्। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसारि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। सुप्तिमूर्छो पतापेषु प्राणयान विघाततः निहते हमिति ज्ञानं मृत्यु प्रज्वालयोरपि। When the living entity is in deep sleep, when he faints, when there is some great shock on account of severe loss at the time of death, or when the body temperature is very high, the movement of the life air is arrested. At that time, the living entity loses knowledge of identifying the body with the self. This is very practical knowledge that everyone can experience in our life. We sleep, we totally forget that I am this body, I am this man, I'm from this country, I'm male, I'm female. It is completely trance, deep sleep. Do not know anything, it is simply separate from body. And our subtle body comes out from the body when we sleep, and we go in so many places. We dream. We dream we reach to moon planet, we reach to Goloka planet, we reach to different part of the world. So we do travel in our dream. And the gross body is lying on the bed, is there. But the subtle body travels, come out from the body and go somewhere else and dream and come and dance. Sometimes we go along with the body, like so many things happens. No scientist has come to the answer why we forget we are this body when we sleep. And our scripture says that when we go to deep sleep, we unite with the super soul who is residing within our heart. We meet our master, boss. So that is one of the reasons we regain the energy when we wake up from a sleep, that we are connected to the source of our existence, super soul, and we feel fresh when we wake up. But people with a lot of stress in their head, they fall asleep, but they cannot reach to that deep sleep. And when they wake up next day morning, they still feel very weak and tired and stressed. We have this experience in life. So they take medication to fall asleep or to have a deep sleep. And that is why they put us on sleep when we go through medical procedure sometime. They give high dose anesthetic medication in our body, and our body completely intoxicated and feel sleep. drowsy, become very drowsy and sleep, and we forget pain. That's how they do it. They make the whole system numb. And do you have experience of fainting in your life? I do have one time. We were maybe 8, 9, 10 years. One time we were going to picnic in a nice river bank where there was mango trees, a lot of mango trees, and we were just coming, and I got fainted. I just fainted. And when I woke up, I didn't know who I was, and I did not know where I was. And I asked question, where are we? Who I am? Why are we here? So we forget. And when people die in a near and close, when we lose near and dear people from our life, we have one kind of a renunciation in our heart that this life is useless. Actually, we are not this body. We should be doing some kind of devotion. So people, especially in India, they follow certain ritual, death ritual for 13 days. They will wear a nice piece cloth, like white collar cloth. They shave their head. They do not eat any healthy, not healthy. They do not eat any rich, sumptuous food. They simply, stay away from gross enjoyment, and they mourn the death of the person. And after a certain time, when they slowly start forgetting their lost one, then they come back to their normal, natural, regular life. And another state, when we have a high fever, 107 degree Celsius, is that Celsius, right? Fahrenheit, yeah. 107 degree Fahrenheit. This body, the soul, does not feel a safe place to live in and come out. It arrested means it dies. So at that time also we do not care about the gross body. We have that experience as well. When we were sick with the COVID, a lot of devotees experienced that death. One time I was drowning in the river, and I tried to protect myself. It was very high current river, and as long as I was struggling to protect myself, I did all kind of tricks. But then when my effort were useless, then you, within your heart, you surrender, and you very peacefully, comfortably surrender to the water, and then the water is taking you away. And when I reached that state, I was not suffering or choking or suffocating or nothing. I just lie down and then I gave up. When you give up your effort, then there is no sense of fear or anything. You surrender. And a lot of experience we have in our life that we are not this body. We have so much experience. And we have also experienced that this gross body is different from our real identity. But despite of knowing all this fact and knowledge from so many sources, we still are very much attached to this body, and we act on the bodily platform at all time. So as long as this attachment to the body remains, we always remain fool and rascals. That's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Avajananti mam mudha. He addressed those people who are grossly attached to the body. They are mudha. They are fool and rascals. Avajananti mam mudha. Manushim tanumasritam. So when we are attached to the body, we naturally connect ourselves to who we are, to our relatives, to our family members, to our society, to our community, to our country, to our body, gender, this and that. intelligence, mind, group, race, all kind of things happens when we are full. Prabhupada says that in purport in Bhagavad Gita that yeah, we need to come out from this conception of body. We need to realize that this body is not a permanent place for living. So Krishna is all attractive. He is all attractive personality, and he is living entity is a well-wisher. He is the one who protects the living being from falling down to this material world. And God is the one who protects us or give us liberation from repeated birth, death, and old age and disease. But despite the fact of Krishna being so attractive, our attraction is towards our family, towards our body, towards our society. This is the very, very pitiable situation for the living being. This is very, very miserable condition. This is really bad situation of the living entity. Why do we not have that natural attraction to God, even though God is all attractive? What is blocking us to be attracted to God when He is akarsak, purna akarsak, completely attractive, whole attractive? It is very mysterious thing again. It is this is called conditioning, that we are very much grossly attached to the body, and we are so much living in this body for many, many lifetimes, and we have totally forgotten about our real identity. So in order to wake up from that sleeping state, we need to have association of the pure devotees who can give us that waking call, waking up consciousness. They can revive our Krishna consciousness. That is why our scripture says that to being a Krishna conscious is nothing that we import from outside and we try to become, because we are naturally Krishna conscious, but we have forgotten. So in Bhagavad Gita, it is said that devotional service is performed with joyfully, susukham kartum abhyayam. But a lot of time when we have that conditioning, we always feel like taking up Krishna consciousness is always like stressful. We feel very stressful to wake up in the morning. We feel stressful to attend the aratis. We feel like it is like a routine life. It is like imposition. Somebody will not feel good if I don't come. Somebody will chastise me if I do not complete my rounds, 16 rounds. We do all that under the pressure when this practice is not susukham. So we will discuss about how do we practically apply this bhakti so that whatever we do with interest. When there is interest, then nobody has to force us, or nobody has to look after us to perform these activities. Just like in material life, people do the things of their interest. Everybody do things what they like the most. People go to movie, people go to bar, they drink alcohol, they date, and all kind of activities, because they are very much interested in that. So nobody does the thing that they are not interested, because see, for example, this temple room is open for everybody, and hardly we have few people attending this talk or class or arati or guru puja, because other people do not have interest in first place. They have something else to do during this time. So in our life, even in a family life, when you are living with your family, you are bored when you do the same thing every day. So people go vacation sometime, or people sometimes go to restaurant to eat. Oh yeah, I am. Some people feel like eating every day, same thing at home. Let's go to restaurant today. Or they do so many other activities because they want to make the things interested in order to remain happy in material world. And in Krishna consciousness, same principle applied. We need to find interesting when we do something so that we don't feel we are pressured to do something. So, because this human form of life is very, very rare, if we do not utilize it for good cause, then we misuse it. Our acharyas, they have focused, Madhavacharya, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Prabhupada, they have quoted this verse many times, that there are three things that very, very rarely achieved in this life. One, the very rarest thing is manusyatvam. The human form itself is very rare. Prahlad Maharaj stressed the same thing, that durlabham manasam janma, human birth is rare, rarely achieved. And another rare thing in our life is mumukshatvam. What is mumuksha? Mumuksha means mumukshi. This word comes in Bhagavatam many times. Mumuksha, like one who is looking for liberation. Liberation is very big term. People take liberation as different way, but for devotees, what is mumuksha means? To enlightenment. Yes, mumuksha. Yeah, you get the real mumuksha for devotees is to realize that I am the eternal servant of God. Yes. So come out from this illusory conception that I am this body, I am American, I am Indian, I am male, female, or this identification, external bodily identification. So one who look for that mumuksutam, liberation, or coming out from this sleeping state of material conditioning, is another rarest thing in this world. And another rarest thing is that who can guess? One is human form of life, and after getting human form of life, we are somehow taking up a spiritual life, that I need to come out from this bodily concept, and I need to return back home, back to God, mumuksham. And the third one is association of pure devotees, Mahatma, association of great pure devotees. Like we have Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. His association is what we are looking for. So these three things are very, very rarely achieved. They are not simple. We buy in Amazon shop and we order online. Okay, I need this thing, I need that thing. Or we go to Sprout and buy some beautiful, nice organic fruits or something like that. Now these things are available, but people do not take it, or they do not recognize, or they do not realize that I need this. First of all, I do not understand that I am human body. I can achieve so much biggest thing that I cannot achieve in many other bodies. So this knowledge, we have to awake and arise and understand this knowledge. And this realization is given by. Sometimes we may not realize on our own, so we need help. Who helps us? Our gurus helps us. Our devotee friends helps us. Our scriptures helps us. The association with devotees helps us to realize that I am human being, and I am not human until I have this question in my mind that who I am. So when you do not feel the need of your human existence, what is the real goal, purpose of human existence, then there is no greed. Without need, there is no greed to obtain or to get Krishna in our life. Material people say necessity is the mother of invention, but we say in devotional life, say when we do not feel the need of God, we do not have greed for attaining God. Laulyam, that does not come when we do not feel the necessity of human birth. Then, then after that, we are aspire to practice. We perform devotional service. So in order to keep us always in that blissful platform, in Susukham platform, we can follow certain practical rules in our daily life that can keep our enthusiasm alive all the time. Otherwise, we have seen so many devotees, they practice devotional service, they do their 16 round every day, somehow or other, they struggle and they complete. Many people do not even complete 16 rounds, no matter if they are initiated or not. I have seen practically many people. This is a bidambana in Sanskrit is bidambana, but I don't know what is the English word. It is sad. It is not good. Because why do people do not finish their round? Because they have no enthusiasm, no interest, no trust, and they have so many reasons that they are so much busy in their lives, and oh yeah, I work full time. I have kids, children. I need to drop them in school. Need to bring them home. I need to go to work. I'm very tired. I have no time to come to the temple. Temple. Bengali people say temple for temple. Okay, temple. And yeah, I really get tired, but I always remember Krishna. Yeah, this doesn't work. When there is no interest, then no matter what you do, you cannot accomplish your job. So in order to keep us always in blissful level, no matter what happens, the very first point that our acharyas has advised us is to study Krishna's Gun Rupa Lila every day, at least 10 minutes, even if just for 10 minutes. You read more, it's okay, but at least for 10 minutes, you read that interest you must. Apart from your regular study, okay, I am studying Vedanta Shastra, Bhakti Shastra, Vaibhava, classes, everything, but this is your regular study. You keep it as it is, but out of your 24-hour, find out at least 10-15 minutes to read something that is most interesting in you. That's Krishna's pastimes. You can read whatever is more attractive to us. Govardhan Lila or Haridas Thakur pastimes, or Prabhupada Lila, how he come to America, what kind of struggle he did. Anything from Krishna book, we can pick up something. So put your interest and to the interested topic. So that gives us, that helps us to know God more. Without Sambandha Gyan, without knowing Krishna in his Tattva Gyan, and we cannot perform devotional service. We cannot perform any activities. The knowledge and activities, they are very interconnected. When I do something, I should know what am I doing. And when I do something, then I want to know what I am doing. So the knowledge comes from performing activities, and getting knowledge, you want to perform something. When you know Krishna, then you want to love him. When you love Krishna, you want to know him. So this is very interconnected, and it is like going up and up. It does increase. So when we do that regular basis, not like today I do and tomorrow I do not do. At least before we go to bed, we have the final last 10 minutes. Let me read this one. It was such a nice. And these stories, these pastimes are never stale, never boring, never get old. They are ever refreshed. Because Krishna is Ananta, unlimited. And he is always Nava Yoganam. And because of our conditioning, the understanding I have today, my understanding will increase tomorrow because I am a little bit more enlightened today. My understanding about Krishna tomorrow become even more because I'm a little more advanced tomorrow. And after 1 week, I'm even a little more enlightened, then I understand Krishna even more. He slowly reveals himself gradually in our heart to the degree we are purified ourselves. This is all reciprocal advancement. I clean myself more, Krishna revealed himself more to me. and I know more about Krishna, then I want to do more for him. Love is a verb. It's not like just like abstract thing. You just keep in the same place and think and do nothing for person who you love. We have an experience in material life that if we love somebody, we do all kind of trick to meet that person. And despite of so many obstructions, we like to go and meet that person. So this is one point. And another practical example that we can do to keep our enthusiasm always on the same level is do the most seva activity that you like in Krishna consciousness. Every day, at least do that for 10-20 minutes. Like we do so many services in devotional service. Some service we may not be interested in. Some we may do more. Some we might die for it. Just like some devotee want to go and do book distribution, Harinam. That is their life and soul. Some people may make beautiful garland for God. Some people, that must be the most attractive service for them. Some people may go to the kitchen and stir with the spatula and spoon, play with the spoon and prepare nice dishes, and then do that. Or some people might like to dress the deity, must. Or there are many varieties of services, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, many. So do that for at least every day, regular basis. And another thing that we perform daily is associate with the people who are very happy in Krishna consciousness, who are enlivening, very interested, who have interest in practicing Krishna consciousness. Respect all the devotees equally, but associate to those who are more happy and more advanced and more enlivened. If I associate with the people who always complain, like devotees who always complain, this is always see negative, who always find that, yeah, this is that, this is not good. I have seen in a bigger temple, you can see that. Here we have like devotee, we can count, countable devotees. So we know each other, we try to be nice to each other. So we try to avoid this complaining mentality. But in a bigger temple, go to Mayapur, go to Delhi, you go to other big temples, there are some devotees always talk about something negative about the management or something. So if we be with them, then our devotional life is spoiled. I am speaking on personal practical experience.
All it takes is one.
Yeah. So then we cannot advance in spiritual life if we have that kind of association. So find someone who is enlivened, who is very happy, always jolly, and sincerely practicing devotional service. We get their mood, their feeling, that it transforms to us. And another one is make a plan in our life. Make a plan like, okay, this is my week. This many days of the week, I go to Mangalarati. Because I am talking about myself, I cannot come every day. I can, but I don't. This is another laziness. We have so many devotees who live in Tucson, but they do not attend even single Mangalarati, at least not even one day in a week.
1 day in a year.
Yeah, sometimes not even one day in a year. So we make a plan, like what is my goal in 1 year? Where do I want to reach in like 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, in 5 years? It's because it's a lifetime project. When we take initiation, we make a vow. To the rest of my life, I will chant 16 rounds. I will follow 4 regularity principle. I will not involve in all kind of things, bad things. And yeah, they're like that. So, and we should at least plan that what I'm doing in my week. Can I attend Guru Puja once a week or maybe bi-weekly. So Prabhupada recommended this, that every day you come and attend the Mangalarti, and it is so powerful and blissful to watch this scene. It is not like we just come and attend and go home. Krishna becomes so happy. One of the name in Vishnu Sahasranam, that Krishna's name is a person who is happy, seeing his devotees happy, is who God is. And another symptom that when we are always complaining and we are always sad, means Krishna is not happy with us. That's another symptom we can understand, that God is not happy with us. That's why we are always in problem. So when a child is in drug addict, when a child takes drugs and do all bad habits, does that make their parents happy? No. Their parents doesn't feel happy when their kids are bad or they do not do good in education, study or anything. Same principle with Krishna. Krishna does not feel happy when we are not happy. So when we plan and come to temple, at least, okay, this is my plan. I want to attend one day Mangal in a week or in a month. Then that Krishna understand our other engagement, other responsibilities, and this person is trying his best. At least he is coming to me once a week. I am still happy with him. I bless him. I encourage him, and finally, then he will come more and more. So these are all practical tips we can apply every day in our life to remain susukham kartumabhyam, all the time in a blissful platform of Krishna consciousness. And when this way we develop our relationship with Krishna, when we withdraw the attachment from family, the attachment from our society, the attachment from our country, the attachment from our immediate material periphery, then we withdraw that and then we put that attachment to Krishna, then our relationship is established. Then Krishna is always looking after such devotees. And the whole cosmic, whole Brahmanda, all the demigods, all the great souls, naturally their blessings comes upon such endeavoring soul. Prayatatmanaha. Prayatatmana means you need to put your effort. It's not like easy going. Bhakti is not like easy going things. It may be very it may be very easy in the process, but the application is not easy as we think. We need to put effort. We need to make it yajna, sacrifice. Then it becomes really blissful. We will always sustain in Krishna consciousness. So it is already 49. If we have any question or comments, or anything that I spoke, if you agree or disagree, let's discuss for our own benefit.
I agree.
Hare Krishna.
That was a good class, Prabhu. Thank you. I stepped out because I had to change because I'm going to go do the offering today, so I want to keep my dhoti fresh because I'm going to be on the altar later. Enthusiasm is so important. I was thinking that just recently, how if we stay enthusiastic, we always feel blissful in our service. And I was just thinking about how yesterday I was speaking about how intelligence, the more we learn about Krishna, the more we become enthused to serve him. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarvapravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. That when we understand Krishna's position, then one engages in his loving service with all their heart. So therefore it requires us more and more to hear and study and associate with Prabhupada. You know, we can hear Prabhupada's classes, we can read Prabhupada's books, and then we just get so much mercy. And many people, it's like you said, you know, they have taking initiation, or they have a spiritual master. But if we have a spiritual master, it's not just like a friend, you know. Spiritual master is meant to give us enthusiasm in Krishna consciousness. So we take that mission, the Vani of the Guru, and we, you know, with intelligence, we hear what the Shastras say, that we can follow the spiritual master, and that by following the spiritual master, we'll become successful, we'll go back to Godhead, and then we apply that, you know, let me serve my Guru, my consciousness, and then we taste it. So it's really powerful how it all works.
And taking initiation is getting admission in a school. It doesn't mean you have to pass if you do not work hard, if you do not study well. Sri Sikornitai ki jai. Jamuna knows she is a fresh student. Do you just pass your exam without studying late night at home? No? Yeah, you cannot. So, a spiritual master initiate us in taking this Krishna consciousness, and then we need to work on our side with all these activities. Then we pass the test. And as Kirtan Prabhu said, the more we learn about Krishna, the more we want to do something for him. And we never know Krishna complete because he is so unlimited. That's why all kind of Vaishnava Sampradayas, they take one aspect of God and glorify that. And they teach their followers that aspect of God. Somebody see God from this angle, we see God from this angle, other Vaishnavas see God from another angle, because he is all unlimited. And I desire very hard from my heart that I want to see our devotees who live in Tucson at least once a week in Mangalarti or whatever is possible for them, so that we grow each other in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
And also another thing is, like, when we come attend Arati, Mangal Arati, Tulasi Puja, this is like a show. When we go to musical show, there's a big concert. People pay thousands of dollars to see the concert because I like this singer. She sings very well. I want to attend that concert, and they pay money. And we just like that. Every day watching Tulsi Arati is like a concert. So sometimes we need to avoid walking away from that show. It hurts the Tulsi. Oh, this person leaving me behind. Sometimes we have service, like we cannot avoid, but as long as we can stay in the complete arati, this is another thing we can improve. Yep.
I found a quote one time by Srila Prabhupada, and I wish I remembered exactly what it said, but the gist of what he said was basically like that we actually get our enthusiasm from attending Mangalarti, attending Tulsi Puja, that
Nrsinga prayers,
and that actually helps us attain that enthusiasm and keep it.
Yep.
One point too is like Gopal Krishna Maharaj is a great example of. He had so much management. He was like the biggest. He was the longest GBC in ISKCON history. He was GBC from the 70s until
he passed.
2024, and he did like more service than any devotee ever. And
whenever he would come to Mayapur, Mangalarti, he would be in the altar performing.
Yeah.
When we would go to Mayapur in his festival time, a lot of devotees would come to see Gopal Krishna Maharaj perform Mangalarti.
And that's the point I was going to make, is that Maharaj always,
and I would always come to Mangalarti to hear Hari Sauri Prabhu's announcement. So his English and the way he present an announcement in the morning, Hari Sauri Prabhu, so attractive, so beautiful that, oh my goodness.
the point, Gopal Krishna Maharaj, he had so much management. Sometimes we have so many different practical things we're doing, but like at the core of his heart, he liked to chant and to worship the deity.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, like we should also have that kind of sense that, let me engage in the 9 processes of bhakti. That's my nectar. That's my life and soul. That, do some deity worship, chant good japa, hear about Krishna, And those things will give us, that's what we should want to do when we're not doing anything. That's our
Yeah.
life and soul, not
And
speaking
my
nonsense.
inspiration to come Mangalarti, I always look forward to hear Mother Sundamini's announcement every day.
Me too.
I like that last part every day. That's why I come.
Me too.
Yeah. Anything else? Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. It's easy.